6 body language signs he secretly likes you and is interested in you. When a guy likes you, you expect him to tell you that straightforwardly or to show it to you more directly. The least you expect is for him to ask you out. But you need to understand that not all guys have the courage to be this direct and that not every guy does things the same way. There are men who are shyer by nature and who have trouble confessing their feelings, no matter how strong they actually are. These men won't make a direct move on you, nor will they hit on you in the same way other guys do. But they will show you their interest in you in other, more subtle ways. You may think that a guy is sending you mixed signals because he wants to play with your mind, but it can also be a sign of his insecurity. Therefore, these are exactly the things you should pay close attention to if you want to find out if a guy is really into you. Their body language signs will show you their true intentions, even if they consciously try to hide them. Although every person will show you their affection differently, if you are wondering if a certain guy is interested in you, here are the 17 most common body language signs that he secretly likes you. Of course, if you notice a man is sending you just one of these signals, that doesn't have to mean much. But if he combines some, or all, of these behavior patterns, one thing is without a doubt, he is into you. He stares at you. People, and especially men who want to hide their true emotions, will do whatever it takes to act indifferent and to control themselves, so that the object of their affection doesn't see through them. But the only thing they can never control, no matter how hard they try, is their eyes. And that is why a guy's eyes are the first thing you need to pay attention to when you are wondering if he is into you. A guy who likes you will stare at you non-stop, and that is the first surefire sign of his feelings for you. It's simple, he is so fascinated by you that he can't take his eyes off you, even if he wanted to. Besides, even if the room is filled with other girls, his eyes will be locked only on you, and he will stare at you like you are the only woman in the world, because for him, you are the most attractive girl ever. This guy won't mind looking you deep in the eyes, and he'll do everything in his power to achieve direct and prolonged eye contact with you. Although he obviously doesn't have the courage to directly confess his feelings for you, this is one of his ways to show you his enormous interest. Besides, another thing he is trying to do is read you through your eyes. He is testing you, whether you will look at him the same way he is looking at you, or if you'll look at him without any interest or even with disgust. He looks away. When a person obviously runs from your gaze and does everything in his power to avoid any eye contact, the first thing that will probably cross your mind is that he doesn't want to have anything to do with you. You may think that this guy can't stand looking at you and that he can't wait to get away from you whenever the two of you are together. But things don't have to be this way. Although you may think of this as a sign that this guy certainly doesn't like you, it can actually mean something completely the opposite. If a guy looks away, it can be one of the body language signs that he likes you. You are obviously dealing with a shy guy who doesn't have the courage to confront you or to look at you properly. He is terrified that you'll see his feelings through his eyes and that you'll reject him or even ridicule him when you realize he is in love with you. He acts like a teenage boy who has never been in love, and he can't even bear to look at the object of his affection. So the first impulse he has whenever your eyes meet is simply to look away. He obviously needs a few seconds to get his act together before he can talk to you properly. He smiles whenever he looks at you. Another body language sign that a guy secretly likes you is also connected with the way all of his facial features change whenever he sees you walking through the door or just passing him by. Besides his eyes changing in a way, a similar thing happens with his mouth and with his entire face. This guy obviously can't help but smile whenever he lays his eyes on you. But he doesn't just smile with his mouth and teeth, it's funny, but it appears like his entire face is smiling. His every facial muscle moves and is delighted to see you. This man could be in the worst possible mood, but when he sees you, his entire face brightens up and he looks like all of his troubles are magically gone. Even when the two of you just pass each other by, he'll give you a subtle smile. He obviously has trouble verbalizing his feelings, so this is one of his ways of showing you he has noticed you entering a room. This is especially the case when he hears your voice. When you come to think of it, you've never seen this guy angry or deadly serious, because whenever the two of you talk, he can't help but smile at everything you say. He is always faced toward you. When a guy is into you, even if he tries to hide it or even if he refuses to accept this fact, his body is very well aware of this obvious physical attraction. If you are wondering if a guy is into you, one of the body signs showing he secretly likes you is the direction in which his face is pointed whenever he is around you. When a guy looks around when he is talking to you or when he constantly checks his phone, it can be one of the signs he is just nervous to be near you. But it can also mean that he is simply not interested in anything you have to say, and that is the reason he gets distracted this easily. But when a guy really likes you, he will follow your every move. He will try hard not to get distracted by anything other than the two of you. Therefore, his face will always be pointed directly toward you. This way, he'll be able to concentrate on you completely, and he'll have the opportunity to look you in the eyes while you are talking, to see through every signal you might be sending him, and to enjoy your beauty completely. Everything you say is funny. When you come to think of it, you are probably somewhat humorous and fun to be around. But if you look at things realistically, the truth is that you are not all that hilarious, and not everything you say is funny. But obviously, this guy doesn't think this way. He can't help but loudly laugh at every little thing you say, and he thinks every joke you tell is more than hilarious. Of course, he obviously thinks you are fun to be around, but his loud laughter is also one of his ways to make you pay attention to him and to stand out from the crowd, and it is definitely one of the signs he is madly interested in you. And not only that, you feel like he is also trying really hard to make you laugh. Whenever you two happen to be with a group of people and he is the one telling a joke or retelling a funny story, it seems like his eyes are constantly looking for you and that he is trying to see your reaction. If he sees you laughing, he is content because his mission is accomplished. It is clear that this man finds you to be the most interesting person on the planet, and that everything you say clearly amuses him. But that's not enough. He wants you to think he is interesting as well. He fixes his hair and outfit. You know how you suddenly become self-aware about your appearance whenever you see a guy you like? All of a sudden, you don't like what you are wearing and you become extremely concerned by the state of your makeup and hair. Well, guess what? Guys are the same when it comes to someone they like. Well, except the makeup part. The truth is that every guy wants to look his best when he is near a girl he is into, although they probably won't admit it out loud, and although they even might not be aware of that fact. Therefore, one of the little signs a guy is falling for you hard is the way he starts adjusting his hair and clothes when he sees you approaching him. Some guys will fix their hair, tuck their shirt in, or something similar, but the point is the same. Whatever he is wearing and whatever he looks like, he will always be worried that something is out of place and that he could have done a better job in getting ready for seeing you. Besides wanting to look his best around you, this man is also doing this because he is extremely nervous. He simply doesn't know what to do with his hands, and this is one of his ways to keep them busy.